All right, welcome to Inside the Huddle. I'm your host, Tom Brown. It's brought to you by the Rolla Athletic Booster Club and powered by Romo Athletics. Today, we got 2019 alum Blayne Yarger, man. What's up, Blayne?
Oh, not a lot. How you doing, Tom?
I am doing great, man. I am doing great. Let me get some of this cool music kind of shut down so we can be ready to go. Man, I tell you what, man, happy to have you here. What a career you've had so far. Again, you graduated in 2019, part of a great class. A lot of kids went on to play college baseball from that team you're on. And so after that, you got your all-state honors, and then you went the junior college route or a community college route to start with. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And what? Yeah, St. Charles. Okay. Yep. And then you spent 2 years there and had a great career right there starting off. And then you went on to Missouri Baptist, which is an NAIA program, right?
Correct. Yes.
And now you've been an outfielder primarily is what you've been in college. Now you've done some pitching off and on, but really it's about being you've been playing, is it center field? Is that where you've been playing?
Yep, that's where they've got me stuck at, is out of the center.
Well, again, I guess that's kind of helps when you got that speed and everything. I wouldn't know about that, because I wasn't chasing down no fly balls, if you know what I mean. So again, you had a great career starting off. Did you get all conference, all region? I think at St. Charles Community College, at least one of the years, right?
Yeah, I believe so. At least one.
Okay, and then the last 2 years at MoBap, man, you've been first team all conference, and then this last year, you guys went on a run. You guys as a team were gelling. We're talking about, man, just having that power and getting everybody going, and you make a run, almost getting yourself into the NAIA World Series. Man, talk a little bit about the team and what it was like this year with the way you guys played.
The team was just it was unlike any other team I've ever been on. Every single person, 1 through 9 on the field and 1 through 20 in the dugout, every single person was bought in. They wanted to be there just as much as the next person, and they loved baseball like it was their everything. It's impossible not to have fun when you're there with guys who live, eat, sleep, and breathe the same thing you do. It's great. But then on top of that, to play with talented guys, man, talented guys who love the game are a whole different type of people. They bring so much to the table to learn from and grow with. It's been a pleasure entirely.
That's great. We talk about when people want things, right? They want it is one thing, but do you have the will it takes to achieve it? And what you're describing is people that are locked in on the same page, pushing each other, and all of you had the will that you guys wanted to do something special.
It was every single one of us, and we weren't leaving one behind. It was all or none. We were all a band, and every single person worked just as hard as the next person because we didn't want to fail our brothers. It was just a whole different type of culture.
That's great. So I put up here the stats. I put this up a little bit earlier. Really impressive. You start that first year there at St. Charles Community College, hit about 331. And then the way you moved in, when you went to Missouri Baptist, now you stepped up, left that, and you went to the NAIA program. And all of a sudden, you come in there, your first year, you're hitting over 400. And then what stands out is this last year, holy cow, 23 home runs. Again, nothing personal, man, but watching you in high school, that's not what I'm thinking about, right? I'm not thinking about home runs with you. But, man, what happened that last year, that senior year?
I figured out a little bit more barrel control than I've really ever had. I've always, had enough juice to get it out, but I didn't have a good swing, and I got my swing just crafted. And once I got my swing crafted, I figured out how to consistently hit it, I guess. And, when you can consistently hit it, it'll consistently go. So
I bet.
So it wasn't just props to my coaches for fixing my swing,
And it wasn't just you for the home runs. Your whole team was power.
I mean, our hitting coach, he's got a great philosophy. He's got a great mind. Like, he knows the game, and he knows that no two hitters are the same. So each hitter can excel in certain things, and another hitter might not excel in those things, but they can still both be great hitters if they work on the things that they do excel in, you know? And our coach just knows that. He's got a great mind for the game.
So looking at the one thing that did stand out besides the home runs was, you're always a speedster. That was something the Yarger boys, Brady, I don't know if he always had that speed or not, but we know you got it. But then that last year, man, when your home runs went up, your stolen bases just went down. I mean, pretty dramatically. It was the lowest of your career.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I had a few, like, not necessarily injuries, but I was plagued with some hurt this year. Like, my legs were just torn up, so I didn't get to run as much. But I mean, it didn't really stop me. Like, I still played, I still hit, but definitely helped that I hit more home runs this year than any other years. It saved my legs a little bit.
I'm gonna say, especially if you're in center field, because man, with center field, you got the action out there, so you got to go out there. But again, being smarter on the base paths, maybe slowing it down, kind of saving yourself. Again, because that home run trot, you got to kind of perfect that.
I was working on it, I guess you could say, this year.
All right. So hey, let's get a few questions. We're just gonna have a little fun here with it. Just some, catch up on some stuff that's been going on with you. Again, we talked about you, get graduate in 2019, and so again, baseball was your sport. But what were the other sports you played in high school?
I played football for 3 years, freshman, sophomore, and then my senior year. I played basketball for 1 year, my freshman year. And then an oddball, I ran track my senior year just for a few meets. But, yeah, those are the sports.
I was going to say, that actually would be pretty.
Yeah.
Running track. I mean,
track, it was fun. I'm not going to lie. It was fun. I enjoyed every second of it.
Good. So, give us a quick day in the life of your athlete. So you go to MOBAP, and again, I don't know how much difference was for you going from at SCCC with a MOBAP, but you're an athlete there. You're you got your baseball, you're working on it. Give us a little bit about the day in the life of in season that you had to deal with.
In season, I mean, you schedule your classes for early mornings so you can wake up, go to class from about 8 till 10:30. Get out of class at 10:30, get you a quick bite to eat. You run to the hitting facility, and then we're hitting from about 11 to 1:30. Once we get done hitting, we'll head to the field, meet with all the pitchers, run through all our team drills and pitching. We'll get done with that around 3:30 to 4, but then we'll hit another time because, like I said, our coach, he's big hitter, man. He knows how to hit, and he helped us hit. Like, that's one thing that we had to perfect. There's 8 hitters in a lineup or 9 hitters in a lineup and only 1 pitcher. Those 9 guys got to hit. Yeah. So we worked a bunch on that. And after we got done hitting about 5, we'd go lift till about 6, and then we'd get to eat, our second meal of the day at about 7:30.
Oh, man. So, yeah, that's a lot different than high school, right? Now, again, some people are going to put time in,
different.
but not the required time. And how much of it was with coaches and how much of it was just with your team, with the expectation that you guys are in there doing those things?
So the 11 to 1:30, there would only be one coach there every day. And it was mandatory, but it wasn't mandatory. You know what I'm saying? So, obviously 95% of our guys are going, and the 5% that aren't going are because they have an extra class that day. It's still mandatory for the people that are really, engaged.
Right.
But we'd all be there with our coaches then, and then we'd practice with our coaches from 2 till that 5 or 6, depending on how late we ran. But then lifting was always on our own. So we'd split up into 2 groups of 20, and we'd lift in 2 groups of 20. Either one group would go the hour right after we got out of practice, and the other group would go the hour after we got done. But yeah, we kept everybody accountable. It was just a whole different game because we're all somewhat adults now, so we can hold each other accountable for our actions. And a lot of people who are in it are really in it, and it's great. Like
that's good. Yeah, they always talk about great teams. Players hold themselves accountable, not requiring the coach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the players are just as big of a part as the coach.
So, what was the biggest jump for you to go from high school to college?
To go from high school to college, the biggest jump for me was just realizing that it wasn't necessarily a part of my day. It was my day now. Like, instead of me only practicing for 2 hours a day, like after school and, just going home and relaxing, now it's like I'm spending my whole day practicing. And when I'm relaxing, I'm doing schoolwork so I can, go to practice tomorrow. So it's a big jump, but I mean, if you love the game, man, it's worth every second of it. I'm not going to lie.
Love it. That's great. So favorite memory from high school for you?
Favorite memory from high school. I really couldn't just nail one down. I mean, I could nail about a year of memories, though, like a spring of memories. I'll give you a hint there. My senior year, getting to play with Brady, about every day of the week was just something that I'll never get to do again. And it's something I'll be grateful and thankful for forever. And I'll always look back on and just be ecstatic knowing that I got to do it.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So again, Brady's your middle brother, right? So again, and we'll put a little thing across here, So you were the oldest of three, and you are the first. You were the first one to get All-State. Then Brady ended up falling up All-State. Then Brett, the baby boy of this three group, playing, and then Brady and Brett played together. So super cool. And again, everyone know about the Killer Bees of the Yarger boys, and you guys did have the distinction of all being named at a football game. All three boys ended up doing something on the field, even though not all three of you were on the field. I don't know if you remember. I might have been announcing and called out. I was throwing names out there. And I had all three of you in a game.
Hey, my mom does it all the time, and so does my dad. So I wouldn't blame anybody else doing it.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So what's your what would be the greatest lesson that you learned from high school that you took with you? So something, again, I don't care if it's a coach, a teacher, a parent, what was something that was, you learned in high school and it served you well going on into college?
Something I learned in high school, I mean, it wasn't even taught in the curriculum necessarily. It was just learned throughout all the halls and the walls, like just the people that you meet and talk to, the teachers, the parents. You never ever know what someone's going through. You never ever know what situation they're in their life. So if you can help them out in any way, whether that's a smile, a handshake, an introducement, lending a hand, lending an ear, in any way, shape, or form, by all means, do it. You never know when it could be the last chance you get to do it, and you never know if it could make a difference. So I still try and incorporate that in my daily lifestyle each and every day today. And that's probably the biggest lesson I learned in high school that I can, relay to others.
Awesome, man. I love that, man. Blayne, that's a great lesson for all the young people coming up, the high school kids now. That's one of the things we talk about is it's always important for them to understand that, they're visible, they're being watched, and other people may just just need something. You need to be there for them. And I love that, man. Always kind of respect them. So what's your favorite class in high school? What was your favorite class?
Favorite class in high school? I would say it had to be my freshman year. I took a FACS class with Miss Jenkins, and we got to do a whole bunch of home ec activities, and I had a whole bunch of buddies in my class who weren't necessarily your home ec type. It was like half the football team. So it was just a grand old time getting to do all those, pinpoint projects and getting to cook and stuff with individuals who were not of that category. It was a great time.
That's awesome. That's good. So what has been your favorite class in college?
My favorite class in college isn't even my favorite subject. It's just, it was a teacher I had that taught in the most understandable way for me. Like, it connected with me as a student, and Dr. Dewar's his name. He teaches chemistry. I never even liked chemistry growing up. I didn't even want anything to do with it. But once I realized, I'm getting that bachelor's in biology, so it's required. So I'm not looking forward to it, but I get Dr. Dewar, and man, he just changed the whole thing. So if you don't think you like something, you never know till you get somebody that can explain it to you exactly how you need to hear it. Like, I thought I would hate chemistry for the rest of my life, and then he broke it down for me and piqued my interest on something that I never even wanted to be interested in, But I'd say that's my favorite class just because it challenged something that I was never into and made it interesting.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah, that's the importance of a great coach and a great teacher that can do that, because they bring out something in that you didn't know, and they can
really connect. Anybody can connect with anyone. Like, you can always connect with someone, and I'm glad I could connect with my teacher, my coaches, the people around me. Just connections are great. Always try and form them if you can.
Yeah. So you mentioned biology as your degree. What's your plans with that degree?
My plans would be to go into the conservation field. I mean, I'm really interested in environmental sciences and in like wildlife biology. So I'd like to use that degree in a way to find a job in one of those categories. If the little kid in me still screams, play baseball, but the reality, comes into play, and it's like environmental sciences and wildlife biology, go into your other interests, Yeah,
that's great. Always something to fall back on. So based on that, then we're kind of talking earlier. So, my thought is, hey, you're wrapping it up. You had your 4 years of playing ball there. But hey, so what's next for you?
I mean, what's next for me is another year of ball, actually. I went from junior college to NAIA ball, so believe it or not, they give you a free year of eligibility somehow, and I'm going to use that to pay off for another year of classes.
Great. That's great, man. Take advantage of that. That's incredible, man. So we talked before about, one of the big things that the kids miss, when they're high school is about being that role model. So again, if you were going to go back to your younger self, or, talk to the kids that are there now, going back to the team, is there anything that you want to share to your teammates, or to these teammates now, these current Bulldog players, any advice that you want to give them that you wish you knew now, you wish you knew back then that now, based off, your 4 years in college?
What I have to say, I mean, I feel like an echo saying this throughout all the people throughout my life telling me this, but do work your butt off, work your butt off if you truly love it, but don't get all caught up in the work. Stop while you're in the games, while you're in a practice every once in a while. Stop for a second, soak in the memories, because you never know when your last game is with that guy. You never know when your last game is. You never even know when your last practice is. Just do everything to the best of your ability, work your butt off, but never forget to enjoy a little bit of it, because it creeps up on you fast. It all does. I'm telling you.
Yeah. That's great. No, that's be in the moment, man.
Enjoy it. Be present. Live in the moment. Don't worry about the future, because it's not guaranteed. Live in the moment.
All right. Well, great. Well, Blayne, we're going to be wrapping up here, but before we do, a little rapid fire, okay? Got some rapid fire, okay? First thing that comes in. Okay. Your answers could be you, it could be Brady, or it could be Brett. Okay. One of the three killer bees. Okay. Who has the most power?
Me.
All right. Strongest arm.
Brett could be there.
Oh, fastest.
Brett could be there.
Most accurate.
I'd say Brady on this one, believe it or not.
All right. Best overall hitter?
Everyone sleeps on Brady. But he had the most oppo juice, and that to me is impressive.
Yeah. Nice. Who's the funniest?
Probably Brett. Yeah.
Probably Brett. And who's got the best hair?
Gotta go with me.
All right. I think that's what Brett said too when I had him.
Good answers.
All right. So Blayne, hey, thanks a lot for joining us today, man. Really appreciate it. Again, stellar career so far. Congratulations. You got one more year to go. Man, make the most of it. We're going to look forward to following you. Man, we'll probably get you back on at the end of the season next year and do something again
Awesome,
with you
man.
then.
That sounds
man.
great. I appreciate you getting me on, and I had a great time, and hopefully we can stay in touch. You know, it's been my pleasure.
I appreciate it, Blayne. So for Blayne Yarger, I'm Tom Brown, and we'll see you on the next episode of Inside